Victory is yours. Have you ever found yourself facing the battles of life, feeling weighed down by the challenges that seem insurmountable? Perhaps you've whispered a quiet prayer, hoping for an answer, yearning for a sign that you're not alone. These moments of silence, of waiting, can feel endless. But know this, you're not alone, not even for a moment. Victory is closer than you think. In times of hardship, when trials seem to stack upon one another, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Each challenge, like a wave, seems to pull us deeper, making it difficult to even catch our breath. It's during these moments that doubt creeps in, and the voice of discouragement tries to drown out all hope. But in these dark moments, a gentle reminder is needed. You are not created to be defeated. Your light is held by hands that are stronger than any obstacle, and your spirit has been woven with resilience and strength. The battles you're fighting now might look different from anyone else's. For some, it's a struggle with health, a diagnosis that feels final, a pain that just won't ease. For others, it's a financial crisis, a relentless pressure to make ends meet, wondering if there will ever be enough. Or perhaps it's a more silent battle, one that people can't see. Anxiety, self-doubt, loneliness. Whatever your battle is, no matter how it manifests, remember that victory is within reach. So often, when we think of victory, we picture grand moments, visible achievements, public recognition, a time when everything finally falls into place. But true victory isn't just found in those outward, triumphant moments. Sometimes, victory is found in the quiet decisions we make each day. It's in the choice to keep going, to get back up after a fall, to choose hope over despair. It's in the small but mighty acts of faith, trusting that better days are coming. In the scriptures, we're reminded countless times of God's unbreakable promises. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. These words speak of a powerful truth. We are not alone in our battles. There is a strength beyond our own that goes before us, making paths where there seem to be none, lifting us up when we're too weary to stand. When we place our trust in God, we're not only inviting divine intervention, we're surrendering to a love that carries us through every valley, every dark night, every unknown. Think about the victories you've already won, every difficulty you've overcome, every storm you've weathered. It wasn't by accident. Those moments, as hard as they were, built within you a resilience and a faith that are the very tools you need for the battles ahead. Sometimes, we're so focused on what we're facing that we forget how far we've already come. Take a moment to reflect on those victories, big and small, and let them remind you of the strength that lives within you. When you feel like giving up, remember that you are never alone. God sees every tear, hears every prayer, and knows every silent cry of your heart. The road may be tough, the journey may seem long, but you have a divine assurance. Victory is already promised to you. The battle may be fierce, but the one who stands with you is fiercer. The challenge may be daunting, but the one who goes before you has already overcome it. In this journey, there will be setbacks and times when it feels as if you're moving backward. But even in those moments, remember that progress isn't always linear. Just because you may feel lost doesn't mean you are. Just because you can't see the light doesn't mean it isn't there. God's guidance may come in whispers, in small signs, in unexpected moments. Trust that these are gentle reminders of His presence, reassuring you that victory is not only possible, it's assured. So, stand firm in faith, no matter the circumstances. Lean into the promises that are yours. Promises of peace, strength, and victory. Each step you take is a step toward the fulfillment of these promises. When you feel weak, know that strength is being renewed within you. When you feel alone, know that the angels of heaven surround you, cheering you on, reminding you of the divine plan for your life. Victory is yours. It may not always look like you expect, but it's there in every prayer, every step, every act of faith. It's waiting to unfold in ways that surpass all understanding, guided by a love that is unwavering. Keep going, for you're closer to victory than you think. Imagine a time when you felt the weight of the world pressing down on you. Perhaps it was an unexpected struggle, a loss, or a setback that you never saw coming. Or maybe it was something quieter, a slow weariness that crept in with each passing day, little by little, like a shadow that grew until it filled the room. We all have moments when life feels overwhelming, when doubts whisper in the quiet of our minds, casting shadows over our hopes and dreams. We find ourselves wondering if anyone truly understands the battles we face, the quiet wars we fight within ourselves. In these moments, it can feel like we're alone, lost in a world that's moving on without us, leaving us behind. But here's the truth. You are not alone in feeling this way. We may not speak about it often, but many, if not all of us, have felt the heaviness of life's challenges pressing down, longed for a breath of peace, for courage to rise, and for a guiding light to lead us forward. Think about those moments of doubt, of weariness, of wondering if things would ever change. You may have kept those feelings tucked away, sharing them only with yourself in the quiet of the night. Yet, deep within, a small voice has always been there, whispering that there is hope, that there is something greater waiting beyond the storm. In these times, we can turn to the one who understands us completely, who knows every corner of our hearts, and sees every tear, every sigh. God sees us in our quiet battles and stands with us even when we don't feel His presence. When we're struggling, God's love doesn't diminish, rather, it grows even closer, like a friend who steps in when times are hardest. Imagine God's voice, gentle yet filled with strength, saying, "I am with you." It's a promise that's not just words, but a reality. In every step you take, in every tear you shed, God's presence is with you, carrying you forward. There is a peace that comes from resting in this knowledge, from trusting that God understands even the things we can't put into words. His love doesn't require us to be strong all the time. Instead, it offers us strength when we're weary, courage when we're afraid, and hope when we feel lost. We don't have to pretend to be perfect or to have it all together. God meets us exactly where we are, whether that's in joy or sorrow, in strength or weakness. Imagine what it would look like to lean fully into this love, to let it fill the cracks and crevices of our lives, to trust that even when we can't see the way forward, God is guiding us, shaping each step, bringing beauty out of the broken places. There is a purpose to every part of our journey, even the difficult and painful parts. We are never alone, never abandoned, and each struggle is not the end, but a chapter in a much larger story. Let this knowledge be a comfort to you now, a reminder that you are seen, loved, and valued beyond measure. In the quietness of your heart, take a moment to breathe and to feel God's presence surrounding you, uplifting you. Release the burdens you carry, the worries that weigh you down, and trust that God's hands are strong enough to hold it all. Sometimes, we have to let go of the need to understand every part of our journey and instead trust in God's goodness and faithfulness. Hold on to this truth. God's love is constant, unwavering, and faithful. Even in moments when it feels like everything is falling apart, God is there, weaving threads of grace, hope, and purpose into our lives. The struggles you face today will not last forever, and the heaviness you feel will not define you. In time, you will look back and see how God's hand has guided you, how His love has held you, and how His strength has carried you through. Rest in this promise and know that no matter where you are, God is with you, now and always. In the quiet, trying times, when the world feels too heavy and your heart aches with burdens that seem too big to bear, remember, God's love is here, patient and unwavering. His love is not conditional, nor does it falter when you stumble. It is a love that waits, enduring through every storm and every shadow. Just as the sun rises faithfully each day, casting light across the darkest of skies, God's love shines over you, even when you cannot see it. His presence is steady and encompassing, wrapping around you like a warm embrace, offering comfort in every weary moment and strength when you feel like you have none left. You might find yourself asking if anyone truly understands your struggles, the hidden wounds of your heart, or the doubts that cloud your spirit. God does. He knows the depths of your sorrow, the fears that keep you up at night, and the dreams you long to see fulfilled. His heart aches when you feel lost, and His hand reaches out when you are tempted to give up. It is in these moments, the ones where your own strength feels insufficient, that God's strength becomes most evident. His promise is clear. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. His strength doesn't just fill the gaps in your own, it becomes your strength, guiding you forward when the path seems blurred and steep. Imagine God beside you, gently guiding you, one step at a time. With every prayer, every word whispered in faith, he draws closer, enveloping you in his peace and filling you with the reassurance that you are not alone, even in the silence. When it feels as if your prayers are met with only stillness, trust that he hears you. God's silence is not absence, but a gentle invitation to lean even more into his embrace, to find comfort in his presence, even when words seem inadequate. He is listening with a love so deep and a patience so boundless that every cry of your heart is held tenderly by him. And when you feel lost, remember that he is the light guiding you forward. Though the journey may seem uncertain, and at times you may feel surrounded by darkness, God is there, illuminating the way. His wisdom becomes the map that directs your steps, and his love becomes the light that pushes back against the shadows. Each moment you lean on him, he brings clarity and purpose to your path, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth and fears into faith. It is in these steps of trust that your journey of victory begins. Faith is not always about having a perfect path laid out before you, but about trusting that God is paving that path in ways you might not yet understand. Each step, each challenge, is a building block on the road to the victory he has promised. He sees your future, and he is lovingly guiding you toward it, knowing that what lies ahead is a testament to his love and grace. So, do not give up. Let each day begin with the assurance that God's hand is in your life. Trust that every prayer, no matter how small, is heard by him. Each moment of surrender, each time you lift your heart to him, he is working in ways beyond your imagination. Rest in his love, for it is an unbreakable love, a love that can carry you through every valley and lift you to every mountaintop. Embrace this truth and allow it to fill you with hope, for the path ahead is not one you walk alone. Through faith, there is victory. It may not come in the way you expect or in the time you wish, but it will come, for God is faithful. Every step you take in faith is a step on the road to his promises. Allow his presence to fill you with peace, his wisdom to guide your choices, and his love to be the foundation upon which you stand. And remember, God's love is not just with you, it is within you, transforming you and leading you toward the fullness of his blessings, one step at a time. Today, take a moment to surrender. Set aside your worries, your anxieties, and everything that feels too heavy to bear. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Let the world fade, even if just for a moment, and invite God into the sanctuary of your heart. Imagine his presence as a gentle light, warm and steady, radiating through every corner of your soul. His love flows in like a river, washing away the fear, the doubt, and the burdens that weigh you down. In this sacred moment, feel his unwavering support wrapping around you like a comforting embrace. Trust that he sees every struggle, every silent tear, and every whispered prayer. God knows the challenges you face, and the strength it takes to keep moving forward. Remember that His promises are steadfast. He assures you that there is no challenge too great, no mountain too high, and no valley too deep for Him to guide you through. Allow yourself to release control and rest in the certainty of His divine plan. He holds each victory, each breakthrough, and each blessing you need. What may seem uncertain or overwhelming is already mapped out in His wisdom, and He is working on your behalf even when you cannot see it. In the quiet of surrender, let gratitude flow, knowing that every moment, every blessing, and every path you walk is held gently in His hands. Today, as you go forward, carry this feeling of peace and trust. Know that He goes with you, clearing paths, opening doors, and providing strength for every step. His love is unshakable, His presence constant, and His promises true. Surrender to Him and let His peace carry you into a future woven with hope and divine purpose. Remember, you are never alone in this journey called life. Every challenge, every fear, every uncertainty, God is there beside you, guiding you with unwavering love. Imagine the Creator of the universe walking with you, holding you in His arms. He sees the depth of your heart, understands your worries, and knows precisely what you need, even before you utter a word. It may feel at times like you are in the midst of darkness, yet it is in these moments that God's presence shines brightest. He is your strength, your anchor, and your light, and He is carrying you forward with an unstoppable love that knows no end. Victory is yours, not through your strength, but through His. The Creator who has woven every star into place is the same one holding you close, empowering you to overcome. Step forward in faith and release every worry into His hands. Know that you don't have to bear your burdens alone, for God Himself is lifting the weight from your shoulders. As you trust in Him, He fills you with peace, reminding you that no valley is too deep, no battle too fierce for His love to conquer. Embrace each day with the confidence that God's grace is always enough. His strength fills the gaps where you feel weak, and His love is an ever-present reminder that you are cherished beyond measure. When trials arise, remind yourself that these battles have already been overcome through His love. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the victory He has promised. You are being shaped, refined, and strengthened in His love, growing in ways you may not even see yet. God's power and presence are at work within you, preparing you for victories beyond your imagination. Stand tall, for His promises never fail. You are not merely surviving, you are flourishing, lifted by His grace. Let every breath remind you of the love surrounding you, the love that has already secured your triumph. So walk forward with a heart full of gratitude and assurance, knowing that God is guiding you into a future filled with hope. Remember, this victory isn't just for today, but for all the days ahead, because with Him by your side, you are truly unstoppable.